hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the relaunch of TME Podcast. I am your podcast host, Rhonda McAllister. I'm just going to call myself Miss Rhonda for the sake of the podcast. So how is everyone doing today? It is such a great honor to be back and to regain my listeners and regain my guests. I'm more than happy to be back here with you all. I have been gone for quite some time, and I am excited to be back on air. Yes, I am. So I just want to let you know that TME Podcast will be bringing you a variety of guests, and we will have a variety of different types of topics and topic styles. This podcast is not a one and all at all. We will talk about things such as love and relationships, women-owned businesses, women topics, entrepreneurship. We will be talking about politics and the Biden administration. We will be talking about topics on self-development as well as topics on religion and other things that are shaping our society and entertainment and some things that are in the news, okay? So just to let you know where this podcast will be headed. So sometimes I will be on the podcast solo, and then other times I will have a guest on my podcast, and I will also have a variety of podcast co-hosts as well as time goes on down the line. Okay, so just so everyone can be prepared for that, and you will know what we are doing. So the way the podcast is set up, I record, and then I edit, and then I will post the podcast to the various podcast channels. It will be on the Spreaker Studio. It will be on my YouTube channel. The TME Podcast has its own YouTube channel, which I am still working on. Yes, and as many of you know, when you are a one-person everything, sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get things done, but I guarantee you it will all get done, okay? So today I want to talk very briefly on the topic of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is my first topic for my relaunch podcast. Yes, it is. And I actually chose this topic because I think it is an important one. I have been as a serial entrepreneur for quite some time now. So one of the things that I want to talk about today is what exactly is entrepreneurship, right? Because I think when we think about the term entrepreneurship, it means different things to different people, particularly depending on where you are in your life at this time, right? So what exactly is entrepreneurship? So give me 1 second. I'm going to give you the Lord, I can't get my words together. The definition of what it says that entrepreneurship is. The definition is, I don't like that one. Let me go back. I didn't like that one. The activity of setting up a business or businesses, taking on financial risk in hope of profit. Okay, that is the dictionary's definition of what entrepreneurship means, right? And it is pretty much correct. Although, like I said, I think it may mean different things to different people. For many people, it could mean freedom of their time. It could mean a new source of income, new source of revenue. It could mean replacing their 9 to 5 income with an income that is unlimited and uncapped by their own efforts, right? So I think depending on where you are and who you are, entrepreneurship may have a different meaning to you, which is perfectly fine, right? So, just a little bit about me for those of you who don't know Miss Rhonda. I started my entrepreneur journey really late in life. I call it late, although there have been many entrepreneurs who started way after I did. So when I say late, this late by my terms only. So I actually started my entrepreneurship journey in the field of real estate. I was 33 years old. I have been working in the accounting field, which is what my degree is in, for probably about 4 years at that time. And not that I didn't enjoy what I did. I did. I worked for a nonprofit company, agency here in St. Louis, very popular. And when I got pregnant with my son, now this is the interesting story, okay? So when I got pregnant with my son, I was 33 years old, and in this nonprofit agency, it was pretty diverse, but heavily on the other side, if you know what I mean. And don't get me wrong, I still adore these people to this day. Those people that I worked with were very good to me. But they had their own limiting beliefs on what I could successfully do as a single mom. Okay? So because the way that our PTO time was shaped during the time that I found out that I was expecting, so I didn't take any vacation time, right? I would let my vacation time carry over, okay? Because in my mind, I knew that I planned on being out for the full 12 weeks after my son was born. At this time, my girls were 14 and 16, so they were pretty much in that teenage girl thing, doing their own thing, right? Or were they 16 and 18? Wait a minute. No, they were more like 15 and 17 when I found out I was pregnant. Okay? So, anyway, I knew that I wanted to be out the full 12 weeks after my child was born. So, I planned accordingly, right? So, of course, we had FMLA, right? And you can be out on FMLA, but if you know that FMLA, when you are out, that is unpaid leave. Naturally, I could not afford to be unpaid leave, right? I was a single mom, and I would have 3 kids and a whole household to take care of, right? So anyway, so I planned accordingly with my vacation time. So we're going to put a pin in it right there. So in the meantime, I had started my real estate classes. And, honey, it took me 3 times to pass my real estate exam, but I did. I passed my real estate exam. So by the time I had my son, I pretty much started, and I was 33 years old, keep in mind. So I pretty much started my track in the real estate market, meaning finding a place to place my license, right, and studying and trying to get a whiff of the things that I needed to do in this new field to make money. Honey, let me tell you, it was not easy. Let me drop a thunderbolt right here. It was not easy. So what I had to do during that time was I went on leave from work, and of course there was rumors in the organization that I would not be out of work the full 12 weeks because I was a single mom and I was not going to be able to afford it. Well, like I said, because I had planned accordingly and ahead of time with my PTO time, my sick days, and not taking any additional time off, honey, I was out for the full 12 weeks after my son was born. Yes, I did that. I planned it well, and I did that. Okay? So, and it was scary, though. It was still scary because being home on leave and having a newborn and trying to take care of him and be my best self. Eventually, when I went back to work, and I worked a couple of years at that nonprofit after that because, like I said, those people were very good to me. They threw me a baby shower, honey, that was out of sight. I literally had to buy almost nothing for my son, okay? And I have always been forever grateful for that, of what they did for me. But approximately 2 years after my son was born, I decided to leave that 9 to 5, my career in accounting, and go full time in real estate. But let me tell you, child, let me tell you, I need another thunderbolt. Wait a minute, let me tell you, because that was a scary time. Even though I was working and introducing myself as a new agent, I would go to the banks and I would go to, speak to different loan officers, just doing all of these things, passing out my cards, letting anybody who would listen know that I was a real estate agent, honey, because I passed my exam and I was ready to rock and roll. But let me tell you, it took me 6 months. 6 months, okay, before I made my actual first sale in real estate. Now, after that, it was pretty consistent up until 2008. My son was born in 2003, so I went into real estate about 2005, and I was there until about 2008. That's a whole nother story for another day. And but I was successful in that field, and I loved it. I would take him with me to show houses and all kinds of different things, right? So I said all of that just to let you know where my entrepreneur journey actually started, okay? And I think entrepreneurship has myths. There are people who believe that you can't be an entrepreneur or a true entrepreneur and still work a 9 to 5. That's not true. Many of us have to be able to fund our entrepreneurship journey, and we do that through working our 9 to 5, and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let anyone bully you into thinking that you have to be a full-time entrepreneur, right? You still have bills to pay, children to take care of, and things to do. So if you still need to work a 9 to 5 or a part-time gig or drive for Lyft or whatever you need to do your entrepreneurship journey, then you do that, right? And another myth that I want to debunk about entrepreneurship is that it's easy. Remember, I just said it's not easy. It is not easy at all. You may make more money in entrepreneurship, but you need to plan to work 10 times harder when you're working for yourself, and your hours may not be 9 to 5. You may have some 15-hour days, honey. I was up yesterday morning to 2 a.m. doing some things with my jewelry for my Google website, okay? You're going to have some long days, and that is okay. Just let you know that those myths about entrepreneurship need to be debunked, all right? And who is the entrepreneurship for? Entrepreneurship is not for the weak at heart, not for the easy people who give up easily, because if that is you, entrepreneurship is not for you, okay? I want to thank you for listening to my relaunch of the TME podcast today. I'm going to get my own name right? And please look forward to hearing from us. Please sign up and to follow me so that you will know when new shows are being posted, because they will be posted on a regular basis. I am Miss Rhonda with TME Podcast. Thank you, and I will see you at the top. Bye-bye.